I just want to say first, we got all them Hokies in New York City, New Jersey, bunch of students at this place from that area. Let's get some Hokies out there for this ball game. You know, it's going to be a rowdy crowd. Expect a good crowd. Need a bunch of Hokies in those stands. Questions?
We saw Wells out there. Looked like he was participating a little bit. What did you see from him today? Any encouragement there?
Yeah, I thought he threw the ball well. He was limited in his movements, but I thought he threw the ball well today. We'll continue to evaluate that.
Drones took a lot of snaps. Looked like Pop Watson got in there a little bit too. Is that something you have to accelerate what you do with him just in case?
Yeah, he's getting a lot of reps right now. The thing, if Grant's able to go and he rolls out there and he re-injures this thing in the first series, all of a sudden Pop goes from being number 3 to number 2, and I mean it's just we got to get these guys ready to go.
What have you seen from Pop so far? I know August sort of his first run through with reps.
Yeah, honestly, him and Whitkey were pretty even. Both doing some things well. We just kind of had to make a decision with the situation with Grant. We said, okay, if we got to get here, who do we invest the reps in this week? And we decided to do that with Pop. But he's got that backyard ability to make some plays, keep plays alive. He's just got some qualities about him that make you feel like, okay, he can make a play happen here.
Regardless of Grant's status, do you feel like Drones will get his most action this year in this game? And what do you tell him in terms of preparation for that?
I feel like, I keep saying this, and I think he needs to, regardless of Grant's situation. I think, Kyron needs to play some significant snaps, and we've talked about it and how we do it. And he's had a good week of practice. This is the most work he's gotten with the one since camp. So, it's good that way.
With the injury, does that play in the back of your mind of what your travel squad looks like in terms of how many quarterbacks you carry in case Grant goes down and you need to have options behind?
We've been taking all those guys.
Okay.
We take Ben included. He's doing a great job on the scout team for us. Sigler won't travel, but the rest of those guys will go with us.
Jalen Lane, we saw him out there. Looks like he's all right. What does he provide for you guys in the first 2 games? He seems. We talked before you guys played ODU, and you were saying he's the guy kind of nobody's talking about there. He's been explosive.
Yeah, he's short-handed, runs good routes. I think the quarterbacks feel good about throwing to him, and I really like him in the return game. He's just got a quiet confidence about him. He's also one of those guys when you have these nagging injuries and things creeping up, and he's one of those guys that's just going to keep gutting it out. And, again, I think he's an evaluation, through the end of the week here. One of those guys you look at in pregame and you go, okay, can we ride this guy? Can he get some work for us in this ball game? I don't think we'll know that one until pregame.
We didn't see Nasir out there. Did he get any work today?
He didn't get any work today. He's questionable. I'd say he's borderline doubtful. So he's probably the most behind.
Not having him, he was such a versatile guy, an experienced guy in that back end. What have you seen on the Jalen in his replacement, and how's that kind of mess with your secondary? It was very clear that there was a starting group and then very inexperienced in the backup.
I think, obviously Nasir's experience, his knowledge, his tackling ability, all those things, we need that out there. I think we missed it on Saturday, but especially against that group. But I'm really just the way Jalen Jones is progressing for a guy that moved over in the spring, and it makes you feel a little bit better. It gives Stroman, he plays in the boundary some when Jalen's in the game, and he'll get a little bit more speed on the field maybe. Moses' development has been critical there, and then again, Mansour got a lot of snaps today at safety.
On the importance of the run game, what's the step you guys need to take to see improvement from last week too?
Yeah, I think, for us, it's about identifying the runs that we think we can be successful with and then being proficient at them. That's what you practice all week. You want to be good. You want to clean things up. There's mistakes on Sunday. There's some mistakes on Tuesday, maybe some on Wednesday. Thursday's walkthrough should be pretty clean. Friday, a few polished plays, and let's go. So I think having a good mixture. I mean, we've got 2 good backs. And honestly, I like what Bryce and Chance can bring. So we got to get the ball in their hands and get them out in space a little bit and create some holes to give them a chance. So, a lot of emphasis there this week.
how important is it to activate those backs for the quarterback if it's Grant and Kyron in both of those situations too?
Yeah, that's big. I mean, you got to get your playmakers the ball. You just got to do it. And we got some guys on our offensive unit that can do some things with the ball. We got to get it to them, however that is. But I think we missed that a little bit Saturday. I think there were some opportunities we could have, just got it in the hands of a couple guys. And, we did. It's not that we didn't. I mean, I think Bayshaw was an example of that. But I'd like to get Quan Felton going a little bit, and to complement those other guys.
We saw Keontae, he was a little bit banged up.
Yep.
How do you feel about his status on Saturday? And what have you seen from Caleb Woodson? He's played a lot.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Caleb. As a freshman, he played physical. He wasn't perfect Saturday, but he played physical. He played fast. I think he's got a bright future here. He's mature for his age. He's got great size. But Keontae's fighting through it. He's going to play Saturday. He's probably the furthest ahead of all of them. He'll play. He's one of those guys moved down from DB, and you got to mix it up a lot more at the linebacker level. And I think he's getting used to it. But he fought through today.
You handed over those defensive play calling duties last year. It's now 2 games into the season. Have you just completely gone away from that? Is it still tough for you to hand that over to somebody else?
Getting into a rhythm with Chris where we talk about once a day about some things, whether it's what I'm seeing on film from the opponent, if it's something I'm seeing in our guys at practice, or I sit in there and watch practice tape with them. So it's been good. I usually have my notes for Chris, and if there's anything nuances, anything different that he's thinking, he comes into my office, we kick it around. So still getting used to it, but having Chris at that spot, I've said it before, when I'm walking around practice and I hear the things that need to be said, the things that are being emphasized, or it just gives you a sense of just comfort that we are saying and doing the right things.
What is that like on game day? Do you poke your head in the defensive huddle at all, or do you try to stick away from
Yeah, I do. I
other things?
have. I mean, I'm on the headset, so I hear everything that's going on, and I'll walk up to Chris and tap him on the shoulder and offer my 2 cents, and jump in there if a kid comes off. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for me not to be involved. I don't want to, get in the way per se, but to have another coach that can add some coaching ability in practice and on game day makes sense.
You talked a lot in the offseason about winning one-on-one battles. What have you liked about the way you guys have pass rush so far?
I think we're better there. We're not where we need to be, but we're better. Our escapability's better. I see that. That's, but we got to keep coming with it.
What's been your evaluation of the offensive line this week?
In practice, yeah, it's been good. Those guys are a good, tough, together group, and they bounce back, and everybody knows the pressure's on to run the ball, and disappointed in the output on Saturday. I mean, these guys, they're on social media, they get it, and but more importantly, it's what we've talked about. I mean, the emphasis, and they all know we got to be better there. That was a message all through camp. We got to be able to run the ball and stop the run. And right now, we're really not doing either one of those well enough.